let me just say thank you, everyone, for coming out today. Carl, you always do a great event. I'm moved by the sacrifices that we've heard about our veterans in service. I want to say thank you very much for your service. We really appreciate it, sir. We appreciate it very much. You know, I don't have a lot of time, so I'm going to get off real quickly. Is that correct? Real good? Okay. District 18. District 18. That's the downtown district here in Houston, Texas. Many of you know Jill Jackson Lee. Even if you don't live in the district, you know the name, you know the face, you know her efforts. Jack just talked about the fact that he and Pastor Davis lived, grew up in that district 50 years ago. And here we are today at the country club. What a phenomenal story when we talk about change that has happened in America. The fact that these two young men, I say that to make you feel that these men are here, having grown up on different sides of the track at a different time in history when our relationships were relatively challenged. Can we say that? But now we come to the year 2019, almost 2020, and there are many people out there in the social media and the news media and the talking heads that want us to believe that somehow America is not together. Yeah. What I want to say to you as we move forward with this campaign is that we remember that although we've had a history, we still feel the impact of some of that history. We got that, we understand that. But we have progressed, and we see it right here today, evidenced by these two men and the fact that we're all in here. Correct? If you look around, raise another hand. How many of us in here are American? We're American. We are American. And that's what we have in common. And we have to remember that as we move forward, that we are American. Sure, there are some things that we differ on. Maybe you fix your bread and dinner a little bit differently than my wife does. Maybe you season your rice a little bit differently. But the things that we have in common are the things that make us strong. And that thing, most likely, more than anything else, is the fact that we are American. We're American. This campaign is about bringing people together, understanding that together we overcome, together we advance, and together we win. When I said to the folks that I was going to run against Sheila Jackson Lee, and those of you who know her personally, she's ran for a long time, 25 years. She's ran the race the way that she's supposed to think she's supposed to. And we give her due respect for that. But the time is now for us to change and to push forward the message that we can overcome, we can advance, and we can win. But we have to do that together. The way we're going to do that together is to focus on a few things. We're going to focus on opportunity. That means opportunity for everyone. We're going to focus on community, building a community that has an infrastructure within that community so that every one of those little children that live in that district, and I might say to you, 90% of the children that live in District 18 are on some type of lunch program. Okay? 1/3 of our seniors in that district are living under poverty. So when we start talking about opportunity, we're talking about giving them access to America and to the American dream. It already exists. There are things that are out there. The opportunities exist, but the challenge is that we don't have the access as easily as we should. And that's going to take all of us working together to make those lives increase. Yes? And then the prosperity, opportunity, community, and prosperity. And the prosperity piece really comes from bringing it all together. We bring the businessmen together, we bring the educators together, we bring the legislators together, we bring the investors into the community, and volunteer organizations just like the ones that we've talked about today, that go into the community and help the people. Now, some folks have said, I've said it before, when I say, no, it's time for us to put a fight towards Sheila. But this is bigger than Miss Jackson. I want you to understand that. This is much bigger than Miss Jackson. What we're talking about doing is to create an environment, a community where everyone can really feel and know that they are Americans and that they can have all of the American dream. Every child. Now, some people may say, well, are we talking about creating a lot of social programs? Or are we not? No. Programs are already in place. The dollars are already there. What we have to do is we have to take a reallocation of those dollars that are being spent and put them into a place that we might get a greater result. What we need to do is to find those resources, those underutilized resources, and bridge them with underutilized talent. Right? Because it's there. Let me just tell you a personal side of this and how I know this works. Carl mentioned that welfare to West Point. I grew up in the middle of Brooklyn, Queens, Albany, New York, with my mom, single mother, living on welfare. And it wasn't that I was so brilliant or that she was so talented. It was that other people came along and bridged us so that we can get to West Point. Right. And then we went from there. And I'll be glad to tell you more about that personal journey, but that's the type of thing that I know personally works, and that's what we're going to bring to this campaign.